Alright, cool, we're good. Okay, so as you can tell, I'm not in my normal spot. Um, I just I'm in Hollywood right now, at my mom's, and I just been having some ideas, and I just get them out right now, otherwise I'm gonna forget them, and they're too good for me to pass up. So I figured I'd show them, and today actually, I was with my nephew and we were walking around. Uh, and this lady was passing out papers for a personality test. And of course, I'm into astrology, so that has to do with your personality. So I was very curious to see how this personality test works and what it's about. And it turns out what happened was me and my nephew both took this test, but we didn't know we were going into a Scientology place, and that's what it was. It was basically called Scientology Test Center, um, which is right here in Hollywood. And it was pretty interesting actually. It really put a really nice twist on things, and it really put things into a different kind of perspective and a different method, um, in which I've been thinking about. It almost hit me like a missing link, um, because basically what happened was we both went in there, and they have you take about three tests, and I was like, okay, let's see how they determine what your personality is. So through this testing system, they first ran us through a 200 question test, no time limit, you just had to fill it out. Um, and then after that was an IQ test, and then there was another like short test after that. But we didn't have time to take the IQ test. I didn't even know it was gonna be a test that long. It was crazy. But yeah, so we did that, and then we did the 200 question test. We got through that, and then we took this other little random test where all we had to do was grab these silver things. I don't know. It was weird. I didn't know what was going on, but I just went along with it to see why I went in there, how they get your personality, and based off of what steps, what test. So we skipped the IQ, and so we turned our stuff in, and they got results very quickly after we took the two tests that we did, and they had a guy talk to us about this graph, and it was separated into I think about eight or ten categories, and it was pretty strange. Just like the main things that they had in there, one was like they had a high and a low, so it was like it was a graph. So if you have a point on the low side, that's those were like the things that they covered, and they would say, okay, this is what you're low in personally, and they basically what their service is to bring those low points up. So basically, whatever you're sucking in or whatever like you have personal issues with, they basically have classes that can help you bring those points up, and it's pretty crazy to have that kind of concept. But it's like like they're trying to fix our flaws in a way, and it kind of really put another shined a light in a different area for me to look at basically personality, not Scientology or not astrology specifically, but to see that we all can't be perfect, and I think we need these kind of flaws. And if we are able to really take these flaws that we have and we can fix them ourselves, I think that's the best thing that we can do. Because I feel, because like for instance, me and my nephew, we both had this point. We had highs and lows, of course, on our chart, but like I said, they just pointed out our lows and wanted to bring those up. So both of our lows was even the guy there, he would say that we're like, people could see us as cold blooded or heartless, and it's like he kind of used that as a general example for me and him. We were talked to differently, but he told me what he told him, and then I told him he told me the same thing, and I was like, we can't be like that in the same way. We can't be cold blooded and heartless in the same context. So I guess like based on their questionnaire and just off of that, they can get that kind of analysis. And it was up to me to interpret that into more detail for the guy that was talking to me, because he'll say, okay, this is this, you're like this, and this could be maybe problematic with other people. And I would have to confirm it, but at the same time, I'll tell him in what context it applies to. And I mean, in terms of me being cold-blooded and heartless, as much as that goes, is basically this is saying that if I seen you running with your shoes untied, I if let me think, how would I put this? Basically, the way that I exampled it was, I won't interfere with what you're doing. I will let you fail, and I will let you see that it doesn't work, and then I'll give you advice to tell you to solve your problem, basically. So, for instance, if I seen you running with your shoes untied, I'll let you run and trip before I tell you to tie your shoes. Um, yeah, I guess that would actually apply to me. I just don't like to interfere with people. That's my thing. I'm not trying to make people fail. I don't know. My engaging interaction, it takes something to click with me to actually talk to somebody or engage in with them on something. Um, but yeah, just that basic example. I just found it really interesting on their take on personality, and that they actually have remedies for it. Because if you get into astrology or numerology or anything like that, you could read, you get many different kind of results, not just personality. You get stuff about your life and your parents and stuff like that. And but you don't really get remedies in a sense with astrology. And this, I guess I could say, a form of Scientology. That like their purpose is to show you what's wrong, and or to spot out your weaknesses and bring them up to par with your strength. And I found that really interesting because I never really had that kind of I guess I could say offer with astrology, and it just really put things into perspective, and how to really kind of bring up your weaknesses, to look at them and really try to take them on for yourself personally, instead of Scientology or whatever trying to give you their general morals or way to counteract or counterbalance your weaknesses. That would have to apply to everybody. So if I was in let's say a cold-blooded and heartless class with somebody else who was also had the same results, our results are going to be in different contexts, I'm sure, but we're going to be learning the same lesson. It's a cool service. I like that idea, but of course, I feel that if we're going to have anything to do with counterbalancing our weaknesses, we're going to have to do that ourselves. And that's just something that really, it just kind of put a different shade of the color, I guess I could say. Like, I knew that, okay, I need to do this so I can become um, like, I was trying to counterbalance my weaknesses before. If you see like my Gemini's problem video, like, I see where I could be kind of scattered and try to make myself focus, or kind of turn these weaknesses into benefits in a way. Um, I think it just takes me really personal to really push for it and really make it work, instead of just being general audience, and running the same way that everybody else does on this problem. Basically, I just gotta push it in my own way, and that whole, just like I said, it threw a whole another shade on the color spectrum of bettering yourself in a way. I thought that was really cool. Um, that's pretty much what I just have to get out, just so I could watch this video again and remind myself. Um, it's just really trippy in my head. It's just really laid on thick right now in my mind, and I have to get it out now, or otherwise, if I forget, it's like losing a pretty important layer of perspective, I guess I could say. I had some other things I had in mind, but I kind of forgot what they were. um, yeah, I guess that's it. Like I said, I'm in Hollywood, so that's why everything looks different. Um, Gosh, I'm going through so much change. I wish I could interpret it and put it into perspective right now and actually share it. But maybe I will in time. So I guess till then, and here's a fun view of whatever's out there. Yeah, so there you go. Till later. Peace.